Hey folks, hope you're all well. The sole purpose here of this unconventional build of what is a big hut type shed type cabin in the woods, if you want to put it in the woods, you could actually build it elsewhere, then transport it via trailer or van or truck to your destination and throw it up in no time, which I'll hopefully prove in a later video. So my sole purpose here is it's to fit in my van, which is a Ford Transit 2018 model L3H3, which has a loading height of 1.8 metres approximately, and a loading bay length of 3.5 metres. So I can have 4.8 metre long items in the back, but they stick out 1.3 metres, which is fine. So there'll be a few episodes to this, I'm unsure of how many, so enjoy. Look at this, it's a whiteout. It's currently 9 AM. I've took my son to work. He starts at 7:45. And I've been to buy some 4.8 metre lengths of 75 by 45mm timber, so I can get my project hut, shed, office, outbuilding, inside a building, man cave, she shed type thing up and running. So the weather is pants today, but I'm not starting it today. I'll do it during the week while I'm at work. So all my lengths of wood are offloaded. I bought 30 lengths in total, 4.8 metres long, and they are approximately 3 inch by 2 inch in diameter. So this is my old works depot, my current works depot. So I'm moving to a new depot at the start of next year, and I figured I would start building this just now. So I've decided to make the floor in 2 sections. So the floor will be 4.8 by 3 metres. So I'm making it in 2 sections. So I have 2 full lengths at 4.8 here. I've cut 13 lengths here of 1.4 metres, and the framing up both sides will make up the difference to make it about 3 metres wide. So I'm going to make up one of these, and then I shall see what sort of strength's in it, but then I'll make another one and I shall bolt the two together. I've got all these marked out, spaced out. You're going to have one joist on the end, then you've got a 360mm gap between joists, which means centre to centre, like what this new tape. Centre to centre, you've conventionally got a 16-inch spacing. I've got them all marked out as shown before, but now I've put in screws. The screws I am using, I've got a Torx end on them, and I've seen somebody else using these and thought, yeah, they look quite cool. Although I'm sure it was £30 for this box of, or tub of 400. So far I've had 2 bent ones that you go to screw in and they're all twirly. So they've went in the bin. It's my first time using this. New purchase. Got a new tape rule as well. New set square. Couple of new clamps. I've got a ton of big G clamps here, but they're missing the little flat plate that goes on the threaded end, which is annoying, so it marks the hell out of everything you use them on. Bought a couple of new marker pens. I've got a new saw there. The price of a handsaw? Unbelievable. I've been using my miter saw that's way over there somewhere. Can't remember what brand it is. I bought it a few years back for doing a decking at home, and it's been pretty awesome. So I shall pick this up another day. Tomorrow morning when I come in, I'm going to screw on 13 joists and see how it looks, and then I've got another 13 to cut for the other half. We're on to 2 days later now, and I've got one half of the floor all done. Try again. One half of the floor frame all done. So I'm going to build this other one on top of this. Somehow I've marked out all the joists with pen, just really for illustration purposes, and they all lined up perfect. Then right here, they just started to go way off. I'd marked them up wrong here to begin with, so that's the side with the X on. But here, that one fell in the middle. Same with this one, same with this one, same with this one. Then the end was okay, obviously. And that's using the spacing piece. So I'll decide in a mo whether I'm going to put noggins, is what they're called, I'm sure, up the middle of all these. I possibly will, actually, because by the time I bolt 2 of these together side by side, it could be quite flexy. I was nearly buying the 4x2 inch, but for what it's going to be carrying in weight, it's not really worth the extra cash. And it was quite an extra huge chunk of cash, actually. So I bought 30 lengths to begin with, so of the 3x2, but in 4.8 metre lengths. I reckon I'll need to buy another dozen anyway, at least. I've got 20 sheets here of 6mm ply, so it's really thin. I seen a guy on Gumtree was selling it £10 a sheet, so good value for money. And I thought I'll just sheet the inside, or sheathe the inside walls with this stuff. It's not heavy enough for flooring, but you could double it up or triple it up if required. I don't know, if you're really loaded, maybe just buy thicker wood. I've got 2 sheets here of Perspex plexiglass. It's not acrylic, I know that much. So these are quite, I think these are 4mm thick, 5mm thick maybe. So there's like a big sheet, I think it's 1200 by 400. Then there's another one, it's I think a metre by 400. Yeah, and that's on the underside. But it's flexy, but not too flexy. There's a bit of strength in it. Supposedly you can't shatter it, it's really strong. So that's me started building the second half of the subfloor frame. So once there, that's me, I've got 2 more joists to cut. So once they're all screwed on, I plan to get these 2 side by side. So it'll come out to about here approximately. God, I'm going to have to move the bike again to fit it in. And then I'm using these, which are carriage bolts, coach bolts, and 10mm thread, blah blah blah, and they're 100mm long, so about 4 inches long. So my plan with this is I'll have 2 of these side by side, so you have 2 of these facing each other. Then I'll have a bolt going through the 2 thicknesses of wood to join them together. I've got longer ones there as well, I think they're 130mm, so I'll see what ones work best. My saw just died on me there. I'll reset it, so hopefully that'll do us. Very little excess again. So I'm getting there. Made a good bit of progress this week. I've now got both halves of the base frame built. I've added all the noggins as well, and I've started bolting it together. I was going to use 10mm coach bolts, but I have these 12mm that I received in error, so I opted for them. They came with nuts as well, but no washers. And then I realised you can buy 50mm square washers. So I thought they are perfection for this. So I've actually installed a couple. There's one there. And I bought this nice flat bit. It's a 13mm, so that burrs out them holes, no bother. And I've got another bolt in here. I did plan to screw it all together, then bolt it, but bolting's enough. More so it's not permanent. This is me just doing a dry build. And then I'll rip it apart again. And so it's all sitting ready to go to the new place. So I'm quite enjoying it. Wood is unpredictable. You think it's straight and it's got a slight bow in it, or a twist. But so far, so good. It's lashing the rain today, so good day to be doing this. So while I'm at this stage, I thought I'll just price this up. what I've spent so far. So currently I've used 14 lengths of 4.8 metre lengths at 3 inch by 2 inch approximately. They were £6.66 each. A devil of a good deal. I've also used about £10 worth of screws, about 150 screws in total. They were 80mm long by 5mm thick in diameter. I've also used 10 coach bolts, M12 by 100mm. Used 2 packs of them, 5 in a pack. £7 for 2 packs. And to floor it, I was trying out some bits of plywood I've got over in the corner here, just to let me see what it looked like. But I'm going with an OSB flooring. I think it's about ½ inch, 11 or 12mm. 5 sheets of that are £60 at the minute. So that gives us a total of around £170. If I'm wanting to build the roof out the same construction here, it'll be 110 for all the wood plus whatever I put on top of the roof. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Well, that's 4 sheets of that on. I need to cut another 2 half sheets. I think it's just under half a sheet actually. I'm sure I worked out so it'll be a little bit bigger. So I shall get them stuck on at one point. Well, when I say stuck on, I mean temporarily screwed on. Now that I've got all this built in place, I can start building one wall, and it shall be this wall. This is the back of the building. No, it's not. This is the front of the building. There's a smaller gap here in between this last place. I've made that the last section. So this is the back left corner, this is the back right corner. 2 long side walls. This wall will have no windows, just a plain wall. This wall I think might have 2 windows, and I'm talking about putting just the door to one side of the front wall, and possibly added another window as well. I showed you the perspex I've got, or plexiglass, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to just make my own windows. Maybe not opening windows, maybe just fixed windows, more so to let in a bit of light from the skylights that are in the new building. So I shall crack on. So I've switched up to the boards here, and I've now got them running in this direction, and the far 2 are running in that direction. But I actually think the first way I had it would make it a bit stronger, with it having the join in the middle. So I think I'll go back to plan A and just put 1, 2, 3, 4 all run in the same direction, and the end pieces will run in the same direction. I'm missing a joist here actually, which is a pain in the butt, but not to worry. So I'll need to put another joist in, running, well, I'll need to be 2 joists, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 4 joists it'll have to be. Of course it is. Nothing's ever simple, is it? So that's quite straightforward. So, time to maybe start measuring up for one of the walls. So I've just noticed something. I flipped the sheets back round in the direction I want them to go, and I don't really need all the joists I'd mentioned before. If I was doing it the other way, I only actually need one. That'll go from probably about 7 inches in here, right up to the middle of this. So that's just one additional floor joist I have to add. So not as much of a pain in the butt as I thought. I've also decided, while dry building it, I'm going to actually flip the boards round the other way and split this complete subframe in half, just for manoeuvrability. I've got a couple of jobs on tomorrow, and I'm going to have to get that forklift from there past here in order to load up my van. So I'll pick this up another time. Peace out, take care, thanks for watching, adios.